people. So we are on our third week of staying at my parents' now, and we're going to kind of move away from like moving content because we are moved, we are done, we have got all the boxes out and done, and we're pretty much settled in quite well now. So what I thought I'd do today is kind of take you on a little tour of our rooms. So you'll be seeing my room, the kids' room, and then the living room downstairs as well. I'm going to hopefully show you around all the rooms and kind of just show you how we've minimised our 2-bedroom masonette and put it into just 3 rooms that we have. All of our stuff pretty much has stuck to the 3 rooms. We have a cupboard in the kitchen as well, and we have a few bits like wellies, pushchairs and things like that that are out in like the conservatory area where we come in from outside. So our kind of stuff is spread out a tiny bit, but the majority of it does stick to the 3 rooms that we have. So I kind of wanted to show you like how we've done it so far. Obviously we haven't kind of done anything, we've just kind of put things and arranged things that make living as easy as possible. In the van it looked like we had like so much stuff, but now that we've kind of settled down and we're in our rooms, it's literally, it looks like perfect. It's as good as I can get it with the kind of basics that we all need. Like the kids need toys, kids need clothes, we need like stuff to be able to have a comfortable life, but it's still like a lot less than even what we had back where we were before. So this is my room and Kev's room as well. We're still sleeping on the floor. That was a conscious decision because like bed frames, like they're really expensive. If I bought something that matched this room but didn't match our future room, or didn't fit, or didn't look right, I don't want to kind of invest in big pieces of furniture this early in the game, because you just never know. So we've stuck to sleeping on the floor. I still love doing it. We've got kind of my mum's mattress now because we had to get rid of our old one. For some reason it had a hole in the bottom of it. Hopefully there was nothing living inside. So yeah, still on the floor. I'm literally on the mattress right now. I'll kind of show you. There we go. So we're still on the floor. I want to get a new duvet and some new pillows, and also some new covers because our covers are really like tatty and old. And then we've still got our 2 bedside tables. I'll swing you around. So yeah, as you can see, bed is on the floor. Still got the old sheets on it. We literally only ever have 2 sets of sheets. So I'm always really nervous when people watch this that they think we only ever sleep in like this set, because this is my favourite set. It's like the most neutral. Otherwise it's pink flamingos. But we do wash it very often. And then we've got our bedside tables that we kept. I was going to change them because they're a bit high from sleeping on the floor. If you want to reach like the top, you can't as easily, but they are like solid wood. So they're definitely still worth having. The macrame piece that was above our bed in our bedroom is now sitting here for the minute, but I may put it either above this window or like on the back wall. So I'm standing in like a big square, you can see. There. And then the macrame piece over there was from the living room. And then my bedside just has its bits still back on it. I've kind of minimised it right down. I have my beautiful plant, which is like pink, so pretty. And then all the aloe vera from the living room came into our room. So we've got them there. And they're also there as well. And then my lantern has stayed. And then Kev's side, he's just got the plant from the living room and a lamp as well, which I'm going to give to the kids eventually and get ourselves like more moodier lighting. And then the mirror, which I told you about ages ago, I think that I was going to like either upcycle or change the colour of, I've kept, and that's going to stay now in our room. It's a bit small for like a standing mirror, so if you can see me. Hello! It's a bit it's a bit small for one of those like big standing mirrors, but I usually sit on the edge of the bed and do like my face or something, and it's really you can see the handprints, but just ignore that. But yeah, I'm either going to like paint that like a bronze colour or take the frame off completely like I said before and do like a concrete effect, something like that. That's the plan. And then the wash basket's still here because it's, you know, a necessity. Our coats hang up at the back. And then I kept the wardrobe as well. My flowers still need a place to go because I haven't sorted that out yet, but our wardrobe is just up here. And then the record player, the art box I showed you before, is all up there. And then there's just some backup bathroom products in there because the bathroom Obviously we don't want to like chuck all our stuff in there because it's not too much space because we have to live around other people. But yeah, and then there's our wardrobe. And we bought all new hangers because we used to put stuff at the bottom, like little bits. Now instead we put all our bed sheets. There's also a pair of curtains in here which I'm gonna DIY eventually. I've had them for ages. And then there's just a box. I think my wedding dress is in there. And I've got some like plates that I don't like eating on, but there's no point in putting them in the kitchen because I don't want them used. And there's just some jumpers and scarves. This usually hangs up. I was wearing it earlier, but it's getting too hot. So I'm popping it there for the minute. But yeah, I managed to get all of our clothes hung up. My side, that's all my clothes, and Kev's is really small. I will eventually get around to kind of showing you our clothes, but it's one of those processes where like, do I try the clothes on? Or do I just kind of show you how like holding them? I'm not like the biggest body confidence person in the world, but so yeah, this is our room. The bed they had used to be like facing that way, but I moved it against the window, so I think it's going to be super nice once we get some like new curtains in, and maybe curtains on this side, or the macrame will kind of cover that window. And we'll either like paint it, or I don't know. This is definitely going to be like upcycled as well because it's so like orange. And I'm hoping to put some rattan like in the middle piece, and then like paint this as well. But the bedside cabinets I'll be working on first, and I'm going to hopefully strip all the varnish off, but we are trying to find a stripper. But as you can see, it's been snowing, so it's a little bit tricky to get out at the moment. That's our bedroom. It's quite, you know, petite. There's not like a load of furniture in it like there was before. We had the blanket box, or the memory box, in our old room, and we also had a few more things as well to keep like cloth nappies in and stuff. So we definitely like made the most of the space we've been given, and it actually feels like super comfortable. I can move, I could do yoga if I wanted to, like ever, but not really. And yeah, it's just really nice. It's super cozy and comfortable, and I'm hoping to get like way more art back on the walls and paint it like all nice warm rusty colours, and it's just exciting. But yeah, it's super lovely, and I need to spend more time in this room because we're usually always downstairs, because when you live with like family, you never know, do you go up, do you go down? So definitely want to make this a more functional space as well, rather than just a bedroom. So I don't know whether to put like a desk in here or the living room to do my work in, but yeah, it's definitely lovely and spacious. And to put all our home into like these rooms, I think it looks really, really good, and it doesn't look like too overly cluttered. But as I said, we did get rid of quite a bit of stuff literally just before we left, so I'm really happy with it. And I'm going to take you to the kids' room. So this is the children's room. It is a little bit of a work in progress. My parents are actually doing this house up, so bear with. So there's like a hole on there, so you will hear everybody as well. The walls have also just been freshly plastered, and they don't have a door. But other than that, it's a pretty functional room. I think their room and the living room are the things we're going to work on first, just because of like beds, storage, etc, etc. So a lot of the bigger toys that were in the living room, like the doll's house, which is there, and the kitchen, which is in front of me, I'll show you a proper view, moved into their room, as well as the blanket box, which I told you was going to then turn into like a coat box or a duvet box, or extra covers and things like that for them. So I'm going to switch you around and swing it so you can see. So we have a little visitor. Say hi. Say hi.
I'll say hi.
You can say hi. Go say hi this way. No? Okay then. So this is their room as you walk in. It is your room, yeah. So the beds are still the same. I do eventually want to change this one into something similar to this. The two youngest have their beds there, and again, all their clothes. Sorry, this is a functional bedroom, so there is a little bit of mess here and there. So the drawers where all their shoes and clothes were are still under their bed. And the kitchen, as well as the doll's house, moved into this room as well. They've got the blanket box with all their coats and everything in their little wooden ark. Yeah, you play the kitchen then. And then they've got all their food, bigger toys, books, sometimes dolls. Sorry, as I said, this is like literally, they have just woken up and left it like this. There you go, she's fine. And then all their kind of bigger toys, like the marble one and the blocks and bigger puzzles. And then they've got some more blocks over there and the doll's house just there. So yeah, that's kind of like a panoramic, hello, their room. I also moved the little tiny chest of drawers that was on top of my chest of drawers and gave it to the kids, and that just holds all of Harry's, well, all of Harry's nothing, but there we go, like socks and bits and bobs like that. And then that's his like little game stand and earphone stand as well, so that's there as well. So eventually I wanted to kind of turn the beds into like a big long sofa and have more of a Montessori vibe in here. I'm going to hopefully maybe keep that or get like a bigger, like I think it's an IKEA, I don't know what it's called, but it's one of the ones with the big open space and then you put all the boxes in it. So I might have that across there, and then that would get rid of all of this like cluttery area. I would also move some of this stuff over there as well. So that's the plan. So beds and organisation is kind of the thing for their room, as well as like making it a little bit cute and nice and stylish. That's dirty. That's embarrassing. But yeah, that's the idea for this room, is just to get it kind of, again, quite minimal, functional, playful, an area they can come up and either relax, do their work, or just enjoy the space. Because again, it's not a space that gets used too often because they're up and down all the time. But eventually, that's the idea for this room. Have you all done? Am I not got any cake? Cake? Can I not have any? Oh. Thank you.
All done.
Thank you.
Go that pit. Say hi, that pit.
This is the last room of the tour. I may show you also kind of little bits where we've kind of spread out, but I'll probably do a voiceover for those because they're kind of communal areas which we all share, and I don't want to kind of share everything because it's not my personal property and house, so I'm trying to be very, very respectful of other people's kind of areas and space. But I will kind of show you just where we put our stuff, and I'll do like a little voiceover clip of that. But this is our living room. It's at the front of the house, and it's the room that probably needs the most work and the most furniture in it, because we've come from getting rid of like all of our chairs, all of our kind of comforts and things like that. And there are some things that you will recognise from the last house that we've taken with us, but this is kind of our area where we have our TV and where the kids kind of play mainly. So Ozzy's just watching Baby Shark, aren't you, buddy?
Yeah.
He's my little helper today. And this is our living space. So as you come in, it's kind of very bare. We have had to borrow some dining room chairs, and that's the biggest thing at the moment that we need to sort out, is a sofa, because we've come from having 2 armchairs that were pretty raggedy, as you saw before, but we have bought a sofa and we will be getting it in a couple of weeks, and that will be going just along the back here. And our little Hoover, hello Henry, will be living there for a little while. I may try and move him somewhere else, but for the meantime it's kind of the only place I can kind of fit him at the moment. And then we've got all our plants. This one's a new one. Say hi. I haven't named him yet. I don't name plants, but you know, if you feel like naming him, go ahead. He's very cute. He's very exotic, and he's really speckly as well, which is quite cool. But our plants all live, again, in the windows. They just about all fit in here, so that's good. We've got our TV just here. As I said, he's watching Baby Shark, but the PlayStation, books and everything like that still live underneath. And then the boxes that were in the living room in our old house are still in here. They've been played with quite a lot, so I haven't had time to kind of go through them and clean them a bit more. So they look lived in, but they have some toys downstairs as well as upstairs to make kind of it an easier thing, not having to go up and down all the time. We then have all of this storage above. I'd say like most of that is my parents', a few little bits that's ours, and some of the DVDs are ours. That's me. Say hi to me. And that's also my parents as well, other than that. And then this little section is ours, where we've got all our books, which used to be all under there. So there's a lot more space under there now for all of our homeschooling bits, which is where we keep that. Storage wise, we found this beauty out for about £15 second hand, which Kev picked up, and what it does is home all of our homeschool bits, my art bits, paperwork, etc, etc. It needs a bit of an organise. I'm hopefully going to take all the labels off of it and then spray paint it like pink, because that would be cool. Who wouldn't want a pink friggin', I don't know what that is, storage unit, filing cabinet, that's it. Who wouldn't want one of those? So I'm going to do that, hopefully change these to like a brassy colour, so it kind of looks cute and pretty and it's functional as well and it's solid. No one's going to break that, so that's good as well. So that's one new piece of furniture that you guys haven't seen. There's some artwork that still hasn't been unpacked and photo frames and things like that that haven't been unpacked that need to kind of have a home somewhere, but until the rooms get done up, that's not going to be happening just yet. But yeah, other than that, there's a hook for the kids' coats so we can go outside easily. Yeah.
Blue coat.
Blue coat, yeah, you have a
And
blue.
we will go stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah, and we'll sunny.
I know. It is very sunny. It's lovely out there today.
My shoes.
Yeah, we'll get your shoes in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, the majority of the storage is all up here or it's in there. And then we're going to have a sofa, maybe a desk across this bit here. I've lost my slipper. Maybe a desk across here to do workout because you've got like the window and it's nice to see out of. Maybe not. I don't know if it's functional enough or whether it would work. The toys need an organise and I'm going to hopefully upcycle the boxes they're in that Kev made, which is going to be a really good project as well. So stay tuned because there will be a lot of upcycling things to come, hopefully. But yeah, it's a lovely work in progress. Come back round. So yeah, it'd be sofa, TV, maybe desk, filing cabinet, wall storage, which I may paint as well because I have the thumb up to be able to do that as well. So I've switched over to VoiceOver Me, and this is our kitchen cabinet that we have in my mum's kitchen where we store all our bits and bobs, basically all of our kitchen equipment that we want to get rid of, and a lot of our like pantry food goes in here, as you can see. So we've got like our fryer, chopping boards, rolling pins, all of the extra bits as well that we will need at some point. So in the conservatory, we have a lot of the shoes that we use to go outside. We store the pram in there as well as the mop bucket, just little bits that we don't really have any other space to go. And then we also have our own fridge and freezer, which I'm showing you now. Beautiful, beautiful, bit of a mess, but don't judge me. And yeah, so we're really lucky we've got our own separate fridge and freezer. It just makes food and things like that really easy, so the kids don't take things that aren't theirs and vice versa. So we have that in there too. And then swing it round, and yeah, just all of our shoes stay there. The wash and dry is in there as well, so we all, it's kind of like a communal / our space as well. Push. Yay, well done. Ugh, why are there always toys on my floor? So yeah, that's our living space. Obviously it needs a lot of work and we need to kind of feel the spaces better, and we need to kind of get them into a bit of a functional area. We're using our mum's dining room table a lot as well to do homeschooling on. I do my art on there, so a kind of desk area maybe might be good. But as you can see, the area where I want to put it, which will either be behind me here or downstairs, it's, you know, we don't know yet. But we have a sofa. The filing cabinet's in as well, which has helped a lot with some of the excess stuff that we had that didn't really have like a home or like an area to be in. So we're getting there. So I hope you kind of saw as much as possible. I want to obviously enrich you guys with as much information as possible and show you as much as I can, whilst being as honest and candid and kind of play around with ideas with you as I go. So yeah, we got our house into those 3 rooms, so I am super proud, to be honest, because it didn't look like it was going to happen. And as you saw, the kind of overspew is mainly like the fridge and the cabinet. Other than that, all these rooms have the majority of everything that we need in them. I could obviously go smaller. I could get rid of like plants and things like that and decorative pieces, but then it wouldn't be me. I love a plant. Everybody loves a plant at the moment and they just make me happy. Obviously, as I said, there's a lot of upcycling projects to do as well, which we're really excited to do because I love a good upcycle. I want to like sort the bedside tables out, the wardrobe. We've got the downstairs to do, and some of the kids' bedroom bits we'll be needing to do as well. In terms of how it's been going a lot better. It's still a big change for us. It's a lot of settling in and a lot of change. I think the first couple of weeks was extremely difficult and really like threw me off. I think even like the supermarkets were starting to get really like tricky to navigate. I kind of lost all sense of direction and navigation and everything. I think when you go from like not a lot and not a lot of money and not being able to do a lot, and also in lockdown and also in your own space, to completely flipping that over and being with a lot of other people, not in your own space but with a lot more money and you can do a lot more but we're still in lockdown, it's extremely overwhelming. And then you've got the kind of task of, well, what do we do next? And obviously we're going to keep you guys as in the loop as possible as to what we're going to decide to do. We have still no idea. Anything is possible. As I said before, if any of you have any amazing stories about things that you guys have done or anybody that you know, I would love to hear it, because I would like some ideas of families that have gone and done something a little bit different. But yeah, it's a lot to take in, it's a lot to deal with. It's I think last week we've tried to kind of get back into a homeschooling routine, which is also equally difficult because the kids have got so much stimulation everywhere with people being here. It's been snowing, so we've kind of been snowed in as well with each other. So there's a lot of there's just a lot of stimulation, there's a lot of stuff to look at and do all the time, there's a lot of people to talk to, and there's a lot of distractions, and my kids are very easily distracted. So that's what we've been working on this week, is just kind of getting back into a more solid routine, especially when it comes to their learning. We are also trying to figure out more stuff as we go along. It's a massive learning process and a massive learning curve. Having the money that we have now is a big responsibility, more so than I think I ever realised. So to be responsible for that much and not let it kind of slip through our fingers before we've made the decision for the next step is another thing. So it's been a process. We've really tried to be mindful and adapt to our surroundings and the people that we are living with, which is my family. If you don't know and you don't watch us, I have moved in with my parents for the foreseeable future, hopefully 6 months to a year, depending on what happens in the world. And it's also been a big adaptation, trying to fit in with everybody and make sure we don't drive anybody nuts, and trying to kind of be ourselves at the same time. So it's a lot to learn, and I think if any of you are ever thinking of moving back in with your parents to just help you out, it's a good decision, but just make sure that you know that you can handle it, because there's a lot of things that hit you at different points of when you're here. At the start it was just how are we going to get along, and then it kind of moves on to who's going to do what, and then it moves on to like who's in which space at what point, and then it moves on to like respecting each other's areas, learning space, learning when we can interact, learning when to go out, when's the best time to get out and be ourselves again. So it's a lot, but we're hopefully taking some really positive steps to get to where we want to go, and it's giving us such a good amount of time to think and really plan out the next move, because it's in my heart going to be a big one, whether it's an area, a place, or the kind of house we're going to be going into. I know it's going to be a big thing and it's going to take a lot of courage and strength to do, so I'm mentally preparing for that. But as ever, I hope you really enjoyed this video and can see now our new life a little bit better. I will start posting a lot more minimalism content and get the finance video out. That will be next week. So we're off to go and walk in the snow and have some lunch as well. So I will leave you here, and I hope you have a really good week. I'll see you next week with a brand new video. And yeah, stay safe, be good, subscribe, like me, thumb up. Bye. Storage, etc., etc.
I got
Come on, Harry. I'm watching you. These bedroom bits will be needed to do as well. You'll be in the bloopers now.
Woo. Howdy.
Howdy. Hurry up.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm trying to kind of figure out more things as we go along. And hello.